What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is Mama Manifests here. And this is going to be a collective message, okay? So if you clicked on it, it's for you. I think the title is going to be like, did you feel the energy shift? Like, what the heck is going on here? And, it was just like a really weird day for me. And what I'm feeling is there's going to be a couple different groups of people here. I feel like we're all going to be at different places on our spiritual journey, okay? And I'm kind of reading the message, but there's an energy shift happening right now. And I don't know what's going on astrologically. I've heard a couple people talk about the astrology, but I've been observing myself. Like I felt a huge shift this morning, and I just felt it. Like I felt this energetic, like nothing I've ever felt before happening. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, you guys. That's what I'm talking about. This energy is like chaotic. And depending on where you're at in the journey, it's going to affect you differently. Some of you, I'm definitely feeling like you're just feeling like ungrounded and like you don't belong on this planet and you're longing for home, if you will, right? Like I feel like a lot of you are starseeds here tonight. And today, whenever you're viewing the video, and you're just like longing for just a higher vibrational place. Like you're not feeling like you belong right now. And I just want you guys to know that that's completely normal, and everything right now is happening for you, right? It's all happening for us right now. It's for your highest good. But I definitely feel too, like I was having a hard time breathing today. I actually went out and got some tea for my breathing, and I sat there for a while, probably half hour to 45 minutes, just really taking deep breaths, because it's thick energy, it's dense energy. And I just, like I said, there's a shift happening right now, and it's affecting so many of us in such a deep way. I feel like also triggering some things, right? So we can take a look at them and see, what we need to heal, so we can become the highest version of ourselves, and we can get rid of some of that baggage, right? I feel like some of us are really moving from that 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands energy, and then moving it into the Ace of Wands, right? Like energetically healing those burdens that we've been carrying around for so long, and lightening the load, and then, right, turning it into our passionate creativity and something a lot lighter, right? There's not resistance like one wand as opposed to 10 wands. And this one wand has been transmuted into something light and beautiful. And the 10 wands are 10 heavy, burdens that we're carrying around. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. So I'm going to get some oracles out, and then we're going to go into the Celtic cross, and we're going to see what messages come out here. But I definitely feel some of you really need some guidance right now. Really, really are looking for some guidance on how to navigate through this energy, how to use it for the best way possible for you. So we'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on here. I encourage you guys to take some deep breaths right now. I just felt called to take a deep breath. Allow yourself to get into receiving mode. I know a lot of the times on my channel, I've been told, my messages can be triggering. And for those of us who are like ready to grow and ready to go, we'll just force ourselves through triggering situations. Some of you need to stay, I'm being told right now, and just allow these triggers to happen, allow them to come up. But you're being asked right now to really take a deep breath and get into receiving mode, so that way it's not going against, your egoic self. We really want to get into a higher vibration right now. As we're receiving these messages, they're going to activate you. It's, okay, now I'm getting more messages. It's almost going to come through as a transmission, right? I don't know if you guys have ever heard somebody do light language before, or just words, but there's a lot of different things, and what transmissions do. And I'm acting as a transmission center right now. Wow, this message is getting really crazy. Okay. You guys, bear with me here. Okay. And let me know what you think about the new camera angle. We'll see how it works out. I don't know how it's going to work out. I'm worried. Like I'm going to have to really remember to keep the cards up here. Anyway, so this is going to be a transmission, okay? And it's going to activate like your DNA. It's going to activate your chakras. It's going to activate remembrance. Okay, that's really coming through strong. It's going to activate remembrance in you. You're going to remember certain things that you just didn't have access to before. And that's what this shift is allowing us to do. But yes, it can feel quite uncomfortable right now. Just sticky, heavy, and weird. Okay, we got a lot coming out here. Wow. Okay, so we have the world. Let's see what this is going on. We have the temple path. Yeah, there's a big part, like, asking you to commit to your spirituality is like what I'm really feeling here. Like in this last cycle, there were other things pulling you from it, other distractions, right? Or maybe at some points your spirituality and your spiritual practice, because whoever I'm reading for here right now, you guys are really high frequency. I'm really feeling it come through right now. Really high frequency beings, high spiritual purpose, probably part of like, the twin flame path in the regards. I don't want to go not in the romantic aspect of that, but the spiritual evolution aspect of that. And if you guys are, right, if you guys do identify with some sort of twin flame path, we're being asked right now to, if any way, shape, or form, the romantic side of things was taking precedence or more of your energy than your spirituality here, then that's what's changing. That's what's shifting. And that's what those 10 wands are, right? Like we've gone through the battle here. We've gone through the battle of like learning so much about ourselves, right? Okay. Wow. This is getting really, really wild. Okay. Yeah. There's just a balancing happening, right? Oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh. And letting go of like harsh judgment of ourselves and others too, right? Like seeing that, like with the yin and the yang, it's like there's a little light in everything that's dark, and there's a little dark in everything that's light, and just coming to a place of observing that, accepting that, loving that, embracing that. Oh my gosh. Okay. And that's a card. Wow. And I just was pointed out 22 is a master number, 11 is a master number, which is this cornucopia. Okay. I saw this card for the first time this morning. It wouldn't leave me alone. And it was the first time I've seen it out of this deck. I just want to jump in here, but like just so many wishes are coming true, right? Like you feel it. You guys feel it. So it's almost like, wow, it's almost like it's uncomfortable, but you just know where you're going. Like, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be good. Everything's happening for you right now, even though, and you're like really willing to face the discomfort. Like, even if you feel like you're longing for home or just feeling so disconnected and ungrounded on the planet at this time, right? It's like, you're like, I still know everything's going to be okay. And that's absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm almost like brought to tears from that. Oh my gosh. An abundant, oh my gosh. My nose is burning too. An abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you, and you may even find all of your wishes fulfilled. The cornucopia of gifts from the universe can come in the form of financial wishes, job fulfillment, romantic love, or all of the above. When you receive the cornucopia upright, know that you've done important work, and it's all about to pay off. Yeah. And I just feel like that shift, that's what we're feeling, and that's what we're picking up on, is like the shift that like, it's all like happening. And it's a shift from when like we were balancing out for so long. Okay. We've been in this balancing act, and our energies have been balanced. So we've been jumping between two different worlds, two different dimensions here, between the temple path. Oh my gosh. Between the temple path that we've been on and like the material world that we know. And so it's like, so the polarities are so, it's so high and low, right? And we're moving into this place where our energy is now becoming balanced, right? And we're feeling that's what the triggers are right now. That's what's happening. It's so those are blocks. Those 10 wands, they're being released so it can turn into this Ace of Wands. And it's not that, right? Like, you had to go through these certain things and become in a vibrational alignment with what you've been trying to manifest. Okay. And now with all of this resistance being in this portal, or I'm not going to call it a portal. I don't know what the heck is going on, but there's definitely some energetic there's just something going on in the collective. Like, it is just wild, energetically speaking. I'm not going to get too technical on it. I'm an intuitive empath. That's who I am. I'm extremely sensitive to energies, and I can pick up on things before, I don't need like, it's fun for me to like look at astrology and have like my emotions confirmed and things like that, but I feel it, and I can feel what's happening, right? Like, I don't need to read about what's happening. I can feel it. And many of you guys can too. You guys are definitely, highly intuitive. We all have different gifts. You know what I mean? I'm the tarot reader. We all have different gifts. So whatever it is for you guys, your gifts also are getting an upgrade. Like, your talents, like just how you do it. You've been mastering something for so long, and you're moving into the next level of mastery. Okay. When you receive the cornucopia upright, know that you've done important work and it's about to pay off. The seeds you've planted in your energy and in your life are ready to be harvested in some significant ways. Get ready for a great feast of abundant value is being prepared for you now, and Spirit is applauding all of your effort. Yeah, like, the universe is abundant. All that I desire comes to me in just the right time and way. I am blessed, right? Like, I don't even know what more to say. And as I'm reading, like, I want to cry. I almost am like very nauseous at the same time. Like, I can feel these two worlds colliding up against each other, and how much energy has been put in on both sides, right? It's like your entire life that you knew before doing all of this work and intentionally expanding your consciousness, and then going up against all of the work that you have done, in this concentrated period of time, right? Oh my gosh. It's very intense, you guys. It's very, very, very intense. Yep. I like how we did all this, and then we have the anxiety card, right? So if you are feeling, anxious right now, it's par for the course. Again, and I'm going to reiterate, like, there are energies that aren't serving you with balance, your temple path, and to receive your abundance. Those are the blocks, okay? We're in this energy place right now where we can release those at a rapid rate, okay? And I would definitely recommend right now some third eye meditations, some crown chakra meditations, and deep breathing, right? If things start to feel overwhelming for you, there's absolutely nothing stopping you from, taking a break and taking deep breaths. And from that place, your body and your mind and your spirit can all rebalance themselves and see see the situation, nothing's changed except for your perspective of it. Don't get swept up in this energy right now. You have to understand, like, it's all being cleared for you. It's all being swept away from you. And it's beautiful. It's so, so beautiful. Like I said, I keep getting so emotional. I want to see what's on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel too. Look at another master number, 44, 22, 11, 44 now, with woman holding heart. Like, wow. Like, look at the butterfly on this card. And I just feel like she's so, I feel like she's an eccentric, looking character. Like, I don't know if you guys get that off of this, but I totally do. And she's embracing her authenticity. Something that I'm definitely feeling was a part of this old cycle. Like, there was just parts of you kept trying to express yourself, but then you would see yourself, comparing yourself to others, or feeling like you need to look a certain way or be a certain way or say things a certain way. And now what's also being, released at this time is like the care of what other people think of you. Like, anybody. You're realizing that, like, first of all, God, source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, that's the only thing that matters, like, and yourself, right? And yourself. Like nothing outside of you, nobody's opinion, nobody's anything outside of you matters. It just doesn't. And like, it did so much in the past and it weighed you down so heavily in the past. But like your heart, like not only is your heart, like you're moving through this place of forgiveness of self for past things, deep compassion, right? For yourself and other, like truly within yourself, you know, which is allowing you to have compassion for other. But there's just this overwhelming heart space activation happening, and you're ready to completely shine, right? You're done dimming yourself to fit in any way, shape, or form. You're ready to embrace like who you truly are. You like you like who you are. Like if you ask yourself the question, like why, like you guys like who you are, so why are you you know, trying to impress other people, right? And that's the past, and that's what's being let go of here. And I'm also seeing this, like I'm you know, 44 breaks down to an 8, okay, which is the powerhouse. So I'm feeling like this is going to be such a huge return of like fragmented power that's been given away to people, like situations. Like I feel like by you and your heart space, like really healing at this time and you being comfortable embracing your authenticity, like that's the power point. That's where you're receiving all of this balance. That's where you're coming into union with self. Oh my gosh, yes, union with self. Union with self. Oh my gosh. You guys, that's why this day was so weird, because I could not fit. This is what happened this morning. So I pulled cards, right? I do every day, almost every day, and I do some affirmations just to kind of get an overview on what I need to look out for, where I can grow. You guys get it. And so the cards that I pulled were like, it was like the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Cups too. Then there was like the Queen of Cups, okay? It was like those 3 court cards. And then I clarified all of them because I was like, what is this? And it literally, the King of Swords was clarified by the Queen of Swords. The King of Pentacles was clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. And then the Queen of Cups was clarified by the King of Cups. And I was just thrown. I mean, think about how many cards there are and the likelihood of that happening. Okay. So what I'm really feeling, and now it's all starting to make sense for me, is we are coming into our divine masculine and our divine feminine is coming into union with each other. We are becoming a whole person. Not to say you weren't before, but your knowledge, because the healing that needed to be done, that you were a whole person, was just outside of your perspective. I am getting so nauseous. This message wants to come out so deeply, and I'm like, my everything is just like, it's so intense. It is so intense, you guys, and it's beautiful. And this is like what so many of you have been waiting for so long, to truly feel balanced, to truly feel empowered, to truly feel like you can trust yourself. That one's deep for some of you. Trust yourself. Like you have been building a relationship of trust yourself. And what I mean by that is like trusting that you can show up for yourself every single day. Trusting the decisions that you make, not second guessing the decisions that you make. Speaking up for what you believe in. And like not being afraid of how you're going to handle the heavier energy, right? It's like trusting the process, because you know God has you, you know Source has you, you know that like everything always happens for you, whether or not it's uncomfortable or not. And here it is. Did I not say I was talking about third eye chakra and crown chakra? This is another card, because I pulled more cards for myself than usual today. It was just it was like I said, that's why I'm here, because it was a weird energy. But there's like this, it's crown chakra activation. That is your connection to all that is. Pay attention to your ideas, as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. So keep your awareness open right now. Okay, pay attention to your thoughts. It's very important to realize what you're thinking about, because I feel like there's going to be like almost this elusive energy leading you back to the answers that you have been looking for. Roberto, thank you. What other messages do we have here? Yeah, and just a huge crown chakra activation, okay? And they're just doubling down here with this release card, right? Work with, Archangel Michael has been around us all too. So if you guys, in my opinion, most powerful archangel, we need not argue about that. But Archangel Michael's around, and Archangel Michael's around for protection as we move through this energy. And that's another thing I think I've mentioned in previous videos. Like, it's really imperative to call on protection. I have been multiple times throughout the day closing my eyes whenever I feel some weird energy start to come around. I close my eyes. I take some deep breaths. I ask, in particular, Archangel Michael, sometimes Raphael, because he really works through the heart, chakras and things like that, and works with the heart space and compassion and forgiveness. But Archangel Michael to come in and just cut away any energy that doesn't serve me. I've been closing my eyes, and I feel like Archangel Michael, amongst other very high frequency light beings, I can see them, right? I visualize them all coming in. I mean, it's like 50. It's like 50 that I visualize, and it's beautiful. And I can immediately feel the energy. But it says this: let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. Like, is your purpose, is what you came here to do, is what your soul signed up for before you came to this planet, is that the most important thing to you? I think that would be the most important thing to your soul if you were to really ask it. If we were to take away all the earthly desires or the material world or the matrix thinking or the programming that, most of society and our world has been in, but, that's all changing because, 2021 was actually, somebody pointed it out the other day, and they're like, does anybody, it was like 2021. Like, this year is pronounced if you think 2021, but you changed it from O-N-E to W-O-N, 2021. 2020 was the year, even though it was incredibly uncomfortable, it was the year of the shift. It was like our planet has been ruled by such low vibrational energy for so long. And a lot of you have been reincarnating lifetime after lifetime to kind of get us to this point, because we had a long way to go as human beings, because, it's just the evolution process and all that. And there's some other weird stuff coming in, but I'm not going to get too weird right now in this video. I'm not. I think that's just for personal information here. But yeah, releasing anything, right? Releasing anything. Because anytime we get especially, right, on the romantic side of twin flames, right? Whenever we get caught in that, it's a lower vibrational energy, especially if the person who you consider your twin is in low vibrational energy. And that's a side note. It's imperative for us to release putting our purpose is number one, putting our temple path is number one, and trusting, you guys, if you don't, I don't know what to say. Where do I want to put this card? Walking your temple path is going to be so much more beautiful than anything you could have concocted without the help of all the archangels and being connected to source energy. Putting your purpose as number one is going to lead you to the most gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous life. Even though, yes, at times it's going to require courage, hard work, change, which requires you to go outside the comfort zone. Where we are going and the world we are creating and I can feel, I'm almost tapping into a future timeline here where we all just feel so proud of ourselves that we did this work. I mean, I'm not even going to play around here. Star seeds, okay? And the people who are waking up at this time and doing this work, it is not easy work. It's the hardest work perhaps on this planet. It it's going against the population. It's going against the current energy that's available. It's intentionally choosing a different energy. I mean, y'all are badasses. And I do not say that lightly. That is coming through right now, strong from the divine. Whew. Anything else from this deck? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is something. All right. What else do we have here? Past life. Did I not just talk about that? The situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes, and this is about remembering, because this card has been coming out too. This is about remembering, like, and connecting all of the timelines and seeing yourself as like this soul that has been training for this moment in history for lifetimes. For lifetimes. And remembering, like, who your soul is above all else. Above anything else that is, like, I don't even know. Whatever, like, it's just the world. What's on the bottom of the deck here before I go on? Heal away addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. Okay, here it is. This is connected to this past life issue card, and that's why I was told to look at it. I'm like so afraid of the cards not being on camera. But anyway, we're not going to let fear in this reading. No, we're not. But addictions, right? And that's to like, that could be to, tarot readings. That could be to alcohol. That could be to drugs. That could be to sex. That could be to food. That could be anything. And it's really feeling cigarettes, and it's, let's not get hard on ourselves and let's not get militant with ourselves. But because what's going to happen, here it is. It's going to heal away addictions. It says heal away addictions. And there's like a temperance thing happening right here. Look at behind here. Wow. We'll talk about those in a second. But it's like we think that when we're healing addictions, like we need to face on the addiction itself. That is not how it works. Like, I don't believe like any of these real they're all addictions stem from being like unhealed, right? Like when you're in a certain vibration, I'm sure you have observed it. Like the addictions don't have that much power over you, okay? But if you're going through some sort of addiction or feeling like it's because there's like an energy that's needing to be released, like healing, right? And I feel like, the addiction itself had things to teach you, right? Like while going through it and whatever, okay? But I feel like here, like as we release, there it is. As we release, this energy, these addictions are naturally going to heal themselves, okay? But being aware too, it's not completely being like blasé, like it'll just take care of itself. It's asking you also to have awareness of like what's going on in your mind when you decide that you want to go for this addiction. What are you thinking about? Is there a trigger happening? Because that is where the answers are going to come in. Okay, whenever you feel like a compulsive behavior, because that's really what addictions are. It's compulsive behavior. Okay, and it's like a defense mechanism to something else coming up that we just don't feel safe enough to process at that time. But here's the thing, you guys. You are so, like, you're so safe. You are so protected. Archangel Michael has been close to you guys lately, like, and has been for the past couple weeks, and I feel like is going to be through the next couple weeks as we really do this huge shift, probably the biggest shift, right, between light and energy and frequency I think that we've ever experienced. That's really what I'm feeling here, you guys. And I said I would talk about these two cards. Look at this. I mean, I'm going to stop there because I feel like this one came out reversed. But like, need I say more? Indigo. You guys are a highly sensitive, natural born leader. And indigo is a starseed, okay? And if you guys want to do research on that, go right ahead. It's just helping you to understand. I think I talk about this a lot. It's just helping you to understand, at least for me, helping me to understand about like who I am, what I came here to do, my purpose, things like that. Right? I don't need to go here and put another label on myself because that's like something we walk away from. But it's just like a North Star, right? Earth Angel. You are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. I mean, for real, everything that you have gone through in your life has brought like, and that's what because the twin flame journey came through and we wanted to talk about it. That's what that's really all about, is because you go through things and when you're connected to somebody's soul, you can't stop loving them. And yes, it can turn into hate if we don't release and learn how to move through the forgiveness process. But that connection and that bond is always there. And it's like, you're like, especially when you're feeling the hatred and you just want to move away from it and you can't release it. It feels like an anchor. It feels like you can never get away from it and you just hate. But really what we're supposed to do with that energy is like, usually there's betrayal that goes on back and forth, dishonesty, whatever it is, they're there to trigger all of the wounds that we acquired before we met that person. So that way we can learn about unconditional love, be the earth angel, and then teach about unconditional love. Holy moly, moly. I think I might have to label this a twin flame energy update. Oh gosh. I don't know. We'll see what comes through afterwards. And then ascended masters. Obviously, I talk about this all the time. Like, people who are on the twin flame journey are working very closely with the ascended masters and may in fact even be an ascended master. Well, they are an ascended master themselves, right? Like, for a soul to break into two, right? It has to be such a high frequency. Wow. When I'm gonna be real with you guys right now. So this is stuff that I felt uncomfortable talking about on my channel because I knew the way that I have judged this kind of information in the past. But what did we talk about here? Okay. The woman holding heart with this authenticity and her eccentric and her just being herself. That's what it is right now. It's like, it's asking me, I have this information and you guys really, some of you really need to know this information, and it's going to be confirmation for some of you. Okay. But yeah, like, powerful, loving, wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. Like, they're working so close with you. Like, I just wish you knew how protected and how guided. And, that's not to say like, I always had an issue with the protection and things, but yes, as you are doing light work, yes, the benevolent, sorry, you guys, the benevolent beings are like you attract more and more light beings that just want to help you. Yes, as you're living with integrity and doing things to make this planet a better place and becoming the most authentic version of yourself, and most importantly, connecting with the purpose that you agreed upon before even coming into this planet, when you're doing that, yes, you are protected. Yes, the light beings are around you. Yes, you have favor. Yes, it's true. It's true, because you're doing what you are supposed to do. Why wouldn't it be that way? Why wouldn't it be that way? Wow. You guys. I'm done saying it. I don't even know if I'm going to go. Like, how many minutes are we in here right now? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Look at that. Did I not say this? You've been training for this for lifetimes. What are you clinging on to? That's why the anxiety is coming up. Anything, here's the thing. Here's a good North Star to where we can go after this. Anything that's taking precedence or making you feel or making you question your spiritual path, or making you feel powerless, or like it's losing your power, or making you move into a lower vibration. Any of that is what's being released and what we need to let go of. So, huge message for some of you twin flamers. Like, it's imperative to stay away from certain content that's just, telling the same story over and over and over and over again. because that's not the point. I mean, we had to go through it, and I feel like even though like I feel like every reader is at some point gonna, get this information, and then that's just all part of the shift happening right now. And oh gosh, I feel like I sounded like no, it wasn't there. Every reader is here for a reason. Okay. So even if I said that, like, I'm just saying for you guys, now that you have this information, you don't need to keep engaging in that. But those readers are there, and they're beautiful ascended masters, and they're there for a reason as well. And they're helping us to release certain things or understand certain things or know certain things at that time. But I feel like with this energy, I feel like we're going to start seeing a shift in all the tarot readers and what we're talking about and what we're doing, not all of them, but a lot of, I don't, what the heck right now? Yeah, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Okay. This is going to be different for each and every one of you, but there's a feeling that you have been having. Look at this initiation card. You guys know I love that card. You guys are highly decorated, spiritual, highly decorated. You guys have been earning, pin after stripe after, I don't know what they call them, but you guys got a lot. Like, you guys glimmer and shine when you walk in, and people know. Oh, that's another thing that's happening here is people know. You're starting to realize that on a subconscious level, like, even if people don't know, their subconscious knows. And you might right now, like, situations are, because I've been feeling it too. Like, I've been like, for real. Like, situations have been coming in to test my power. And like, I've been feeling like people are like, no, let me get some of that power. And like, Spirit's like, what are you going to do? Like, hand on your hip, like watching me from the corner. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with this? You going to say something? What are you going to do with this? You going to, oh my gosh, that's funny. That's so we can release some of this, that's so we can release the care of what other people think, being a master of our own energetic field, being a master of our own power, stop giving soul fragments away. But anyway, we have answered the call here. I just saw this one and got, distracted by the initiation. And this is going to be different. There's something that you need to do, and you need to answer the phone. I mean, don't be like, I need to do it right now. I knew this card was going to come out. I knew it. Don't get all crazy, but there's something like underneath that is coming to fruition right now, and just be open, willing, and ready. And like, what the thing is you need to step away from all the things that aren't serving you, so you can, because your own natural vibrational set point by this point is extremely high. And so when you engage, talk to, okay, because it could just energetically, when you speak to people, if you're handshaking with people, okay, all of that, like, that energy is an exchange. And you guys like y'all need to, like, as this is happening, I haven't seen it. Yeah, I am going to go into the Celtic Cross because I feel like some of you really want more answers here, and I think I have the energy to do it. You know what? I actually just got told, because this is funny. I am going to create an extended version of this reading that goes into the traditional Celtic cross and gets a lot deeper. Okay. So we're going to get deeper. I am going to do an extended reading. So I'm going to end this one after these two cards, and then that will be in the description box below. If you guys want to see me on the other side, it'll be available for, purchase. Okay. So I'll put the link to that in the description box below if you want to go deeper with the Celtic Cross and a lot more information here. But we have the Council of Light and we have the Pleiades. Okay. And this is just, again, saying that, like, they're all around you. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Like, you guys can ask whatever you want. Like, if you need something and you want it, like, the only thing is, and the tricky thing is here, and what's been tricky in the past, is you being in vibrational alignment to receive it. So you can ask for whatever you want, and all the things you have been asking for, we saw the cornucopia card, are coming into fruition, right? And it's just our job to keep the balance, keep, all of this stuff away, let these addictions to all of the things, all of the compulsive behaviors just kind of fall away as we are going through this release of the anxiety, right? Because that's just fear, which is the opposite of faith, but they're there. And then we have the Pleiades. Okay. So some of you are definitely fellow Pleiadians. I am a Pleiadian myself. And you guys could really be a talkative bunch. Your brain works really, really fast. Maybe it's time for you. You know what? For some of you, I'm going to put a link to a video. I need to write this stuff down, what the heck I'm doing here. But I'm going to put a link down to a video below about the Pleiadians, okay? But this is all about channeling and uplifting humanity, right? We talked about it. So many of you have the gifts to channel like energy, just like I do over here, okay? Like just channel in that higher frequency energy, the new information, right? Your downloads are like on the forefront, and you guys are leaders, right? And the double mission here, Pleiadians, what I really feel like, you're like a double agent. Like you've lived a certain portion of your life in the shadow, so you could understand the shadow energy in depth. And now the better half, I'm going to say the better half, because it's going to be definitely more enjoyable. The better half of your life is now going to be living in the light and working for Team Light. So that way you need to understand both sides if you're going to help people integrate, right, their own shadow, right? And you need to be a master, right? Sorry, you guys, I'm getting like really excited over here because so many synchronicities. And yeah, that's another thing you guys have to look forward to, is like so many synchronicities happening. If you haven't been experiencing that yet, like I know y'all have already experienced synchronicities, and you guys have seen things that have absolutely blown your mind. Spirit and the divine orchestration and the light, beings have like orchestrated things, in the past to absolutely blow your mind and be like, this is such a big synchronicity. But just imagine like everything getting more as these timelines, start colliding and we start upgrading, and, all of this starts happening. There's just going to be more of that. So there's something to absolutely look forward to. What do I want to do here? Why? This is the indecisiveness. I also had the 7 of Cups like stalking me today. So like just having personally, me, myself, and I having issues with decisiveness. That is not fun either, right? And that's all about that trust, right? With self, because, when we trust ourselves, the decisiveness just naturally comes. So it all kind of works in together. But what do I want to do here? Yeah, you know what? I don't think I am going to do that extended reading tonight. I'm sorry, you guys, that you have to sit here with me as I decide this, but because I just put all the cards away, and I feel like all that energy is put away. So that is not something I'm going to be doing in this reading. Is it? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Did you see this? You guys are witnessing. Maybe this is why, because you guys had to witness like me, like, and see that's something in yourself. Like that's something that we go through. We don't need to judge ourselves. Sometimes that's just the energy, right? And as we're going through releasing that anxiety and releasing all that stuff, of course, if the trust issues are coming up with ourself and with life and with God and with source, of course it's going to manifest in our own lives. And you guys just needed to see, like, y'all are not alone. I'm over here having a full-on fight with myself, okay? I'm not going to do that tonight because that was such a huge message. So no extended, but I will put the Pleiadian video that I really want you guys to see, because this is something I saw on the beginning of my journey, and I've probably watched about 10 times since, and I'm probably going to, it's a message for me to watch again because it meant something different to me each time. Like now I'm at the point when I watch it, like when I first watched it, I was like, this is a little bit too much for me. Like this this is like out of this world. And then it slowly, as I kept watching it, I started picking up more pieces of it. And then now I'm to the point where I full blown cry like a baby when I watch it, because there's an activation and a transmission happening. Okay. So I'm going to put that down below. There isn't going to be extended this time, but that is going to be something that was just for some of you to know that that's going to be a service offered in the future, right? Like extra deeper messages, like double the time of information coming to you, right? Because I know if you're like me, we love these readings when we're getting activated. It feels good. We know it's for our best good. I'm going to stop talking now. That's it. That's all she wrote. I'll put that video down below, and I'll talk to you guys probably very, very soon, because I feel like I'm going to be really, getting more information as we move through this on how to move through this. All right, you guys. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Namaste and God bless.